This review contains spoilers.
Hi, my name is Stereo Mike.
And we're back. We are back at it again.
Wow, that was fast.
That was lightning fast.
There was no impression, Noah.
Yeah.
You didn't have one.
I didn't have one
cocked and ready in the chamber.
No, I was. I don't know.
You should have sung. You should have sung something. I think it would have been appropriate for this episode.
The sound of music.
Start spreading the news
I'm leaving today.
Woo! I'll drink to
I
that.
want to be a part of it. Nazi Germany.
There it was. Finally.
Finally.
It got funny.
We got.
How you been, bro? Look at this.
Dude.
It's been so long.
I know, man. I've missed this.
I missed this too.
I mean, it wasn't like we were gone for like a year plus. That would have been bad.
Felt like it.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, I think the Tron episode was like a month ago.
Yes.
Probably a little over a month
Yes.
ago. Close to 2 months.
Yeah. Our good buddy Jeff.
Yes. The professor.
The professor, dude. Yeah, me and him, we were Evil Dead.
Yes.
That's kind of why. It was my fault
Yeah.
that this wasn't able to happen.
And I saw it, and it was fucking fantastic.
It was good?
It was very good.
Hell yeah, bro.
Very good. I had a big dumb smile from ear to ear watching that show, man.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Got blood all over me. Got manhandled by the cast multiple times.
Jeff included, the professor.
Jeff included, yes.
Gotcha.
He went up to me and he just grabbed my necktie and just went to town.
Boy.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. It was so much fun. Yeah, shout out everybody in that cast. I have to give a shout out to Ellie, who played my love interest in the show, because I think I'm going to send her this episode.
Okay.
The Sound of Music one.
Yeah, do it. Is she a fan?
No.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I said.
All right.
This one.
I heard you weren't a fan, so I was just like, oh, no.
We got to make our own fans around here.
That's true. That is true.
Anyway, yeah. How about you, though? How have you been? You been all right?
Good, yeah. Doing back-to-back shows right now.
Jeez.
In full swing on one show, and
Which is
Meet Me in St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm playing Grandpa.
Can you give us a taste of the voice?
Oh, well, he kind of sounds like this.
Is it really that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a little Pacino-ish, but not like full Pacino.
What about this? You didn't think about doing this?
I thought that would be a little too stereotypical.
Okay. God forbid you be a stereotypical.
Yeah, well, I wanted to give my own spin on a... Plus, I wanted Grandpa's voice and his singing voice to be somewhat similar.
You sing kind of like that? You sing gravelly?
Yeah, it's... So, like, when he's talking like this, he's a little bit more,
You do sound like Al Pacino.
Yeah. And then when I'm singing, it's like, just picture the opening night.
Oh, there we go.
So,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, man, that's been fun. And then after that, I'm doing Arthur Stone.
King of the Britons.
King of the Britons. Arthur Stone, Merlin's Fire, right after that.
Oh, that's the name of it?
Yeah.
Arthur Stone?
Actually, the full title is Arthur Stone, Merlin's Fire, The Making of a King. Long title. But I have a cool...
Fire call.
but I have a cool sword fight. So that'll be fun.
There's some jokes in there somewhere.
My second. Oh,
Arthur Stone.
Arthur Stone.
Colon.
Merlin's Fire.
Making of a king.
The making of a.
That's how kings are made, dude. You gotta have some stone and some fire, and that's all.
Maybe a little sword fighting here and there.
Yep. Hell yeah,
Oh,
man.
man.
Can't wait. It's gonna be great.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be the second show I've done with a sword fight in it. So, I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You love to bring that up.
off to a great start.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you want to just go ahead and get into it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's
You want
say
a little preamble?
no. Let's say what the movie is, and then we'll kind of go into the preamble about
Okay.
this.
Alrighty. Today's film is The Sound of Music. Today we're going to be discussing The Sound of Music. Welcome back to the document, the outline.
Yes,
For
the
the
precious outline.
Which I did not utilize as much for this film as I have in the past episodes, but that is because I was very engrossed. But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
This film, The Sound of Music, was released in the year 1965. It was directed by Robert Wise, with a screenplay penned by Ernest Lemon, I think is how you pronounce it, Lehman. The film
Lamont.
stars Lamont.
I don't know. That sounds right to me.
The film stars Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer, Eleanor Parker, Richard Hayden, and Peggy Wood, among others. Because there's too many fucking kids in this movie.
Amen.
Do you want the summary now, or do you want it?
Let's go in it, because I think another reason that it took so long to get around to this is
It's fucking 3 hours long.
It's a long movie. And also, I'll be real, I'm not a musical guy to begin with.
That's fair.
I'm not really into musicals. I had seen this movie before. Obviously, this is, pretty standard family fare.
Yeah.
And so let's just say my expectations were pretty low going into it.
Yeah.
Even though this is a highly acclaimed movie.
Yeah, the reason I put this on the list is because I went through AFI's top 100 and I was like, oh, we'll
Yes.
put this and this and this.
I'm not blaming you for us doing this.
You're blaming AFI.
Yes, sure.
Blame
Yes.
the American Film Institute.
Maybe a little both. But yeah, so that was another reason I was like, oh man, I gotta sit and watch singing for 2.5 hours. But it turned out pretty good. I honestly forgot that it deserves to be on the top 100. It's a good movie.
It does.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I was watching it and going like, yeah, it totally deserves to be on that.
yeah.
On that list. Yeah, I'm becoming more and more open to more musicals the older I get. I feel like, I don't know if it's because I've been in enough of them to be a lot more, except when I was younger, this would not have been a movie I would have been interested in at all. Like, really the only musicals I watched were like, the Disney Renaissance films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would have never gone out of my way to watch
Was this the first time you've seen Sound of Music?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
It was.
Nice.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, this is honestly really great.
There we go.
I was afraid that I was going to be bored by it because I was like, well, I don't really know like what the hook is, and is it just going to be Julie Andrews just singing and dancing for 2 hours with like nothing interesting happening behind it? But no, it's actually quite interesting, and
Yes.
I found myself very, very much engrossed.
There we go.
You want to get into the summary?
Yep. Give us a summary, and then we'll go into the cast.
During the golden years of the 1930s in Salzburg, Austria, a troublesome nun is assigned to take care of an Austrian captain's children. At first, the task seems impossible, but as they learn more about each other, they create a tightly woven family, and the cold heart of the captain begins to thaw.
Beautifully put.
Only 2 sentences long, like I promised.
That's
you.
kept it short. Let's get into the cast, because man alive, they are
What
some
a
heavy
perfectly
hitters.
cast film.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Agreed.
perfectly cast.
I think Julie Andrews might be the most regal woman in like
Yeah.
film history.
Yeah.
Like, just like if you see her now, she's still alive.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, 93 years old, going strong. And like in the Princess Diaries, like who else? Did you ever watch Princess Diaries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like who else could have played the queen? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just she's just such a
First movie I saw her in was Shrek 2.
okay, that doesn't count.
Well, why does it not count? She voiced
her voice.
Yeah, it was her voice.
What? Who did you voice in that?
She was Fiona's mom.
And who else?
Yeah, right,
Honestly,
exactly.
Who else? So yeah, she is such a
Wait, did I get that right?
incredible.
I'll-
I think you
I'll-
got it right.
I'll look that up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
keep going.
So, fun story about this is that she was cast before Mary Poppins came out. Mary Poppins was her film debut in
Ooh,
'64.
Okay.
And she won an Oscar for that. She won the Academy Award for
okay.
Mary Poppins.
Gotcha.
That was a huge success.
Okay,
And then
I
Sound of
was
Music.
right, by the way.
Yeah, I know you were.
Okay. I just want to
And
make sure.
then the Sound of Music went on to become one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah.
So she kind of had like she hit 2 Grand Slams, like
Yeah.
back to back. It's pretty rare. And I think after this, I mean, what else did she really do? You know what I mean? I feel during the 70s, she was married to a director, and this is going to kill me. I forgot his name, but he would cast her in some movies.
Yeah.
And she played some she's gotten naked before for a movie.
Oh.
She got topless, I think, for a couple movie. I think one is called SOB in the early 80s. I haven't seen it, so I can't tell
I was
you.
about to say, how do you know this?
Yeah, I don't know. I like movies, and I like Julie Andrews, I guess. So yeah.
But by the way,
Yeah.
what you set aside just now,
Yeah.
she is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She's beautiful in this movie.
How many?
Like,
Not many girls can pull off that short hair like that, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's had that most of her career, I think. Like she never
Yeah.
went too long with the hair.
right. I think I've never seen her with long hair.
Yeah, exactly. And she's
Right.
like you said, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Your thoughts on Julie?
No, yeah. I mean, like, I think she brings such a bombastic energy to the role, and it like never dissipates. Even in like the low moments of the movie where not everything's going her way, she still has this like pep in her step, if you will. And so the movie feels alive because of her, because once you get into like the stuff with the family, that's where like the movie kind of highlights that there's this like this dead energy that the family's had for such a long time. And so once she shows up, there's like she brings life back into the family.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good way to put it. She's alive. She's like, she keeps the movie alive.
Right. And just I didn't write down a
the
theme.
hills are alive.
Right. With the sound of music.
We got to get to the music later.
Oh yeah.
Now who's next? Who's next though? Unless you had something else to add.
No, but all I was going to say was I didn't write down a theme for the movie, but I do think that the movie has this just overall feeling of like rejuvenation. But it also has this like tug of war between it's
cynicism?
not a literal life and death, but like a metaphorical life and death because of, you know, at the start we see the family and the state that they're in. Julie Andrews shows up, and then we kind of have a more grand scale version of that conflict where the, you know, Austria is being taken over by the Nazis, and it's sort of a mirrored. It's sort of like a mirror to the conflict at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the next step is Christopher Plummer, which seeing him this young threw me off so fucking bad because I have only known him as old Christopher Plummer, and so seeing him like this,
He was a hot guy.
he was very good looking, and I thought he has such a Michael Fassbender-ish like just the way he spoke, the way he looked. I was just like, man, this really. Like,
He saves the movie for me.
okay.
I think if he hadn't been in this and played it the way he did, it just would have become. And I think Julie Andrews has said this about that movie because Christopher Plummer hated doing this movie. He hated this
Really?
movie, dude, because it was just a bunch of singing, a bunch of kids, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
He basically was me,
Right.
if I was in a musical. Basically, throughout the movie, he was not pleased, and I think it comes through in his performance.
I think
you know
so
what I mean?
too.
Like there's
Yeah.
this
He's
kind of
he's like over it.
he's like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm in a musical, and this, and it comes through, and it takes away there, it adds another level to it.
Right.
It keeps the movie from becoming too sentimental.
Yeah. But he also, I think also in the moments where he's supposed to be more affectionate and more lively, I think it does all that. I think his professionalism shows through in that.
And it makes those moments much more touching.
Right.
Like that kind of that block, the professional stern father breaks the facade for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he saved the movie for me. What a man.
Yeah. I
What's
mean,
an actor?
I've known him for all the stuff he did after this movie, especially when he was significantly older.
Like what?
Knives Out being the biggest one. Where he was Harlan Thrombey in that. But yeah, I mean, he's fantastic, and but his voice when he's older or was older, is just, it's so iconic to me that hearing his younger voice was throwing me off, and so I was like, it took a little bit of adjusting, but then once I was watching it for enough time, I was like, okay, this is him. But next up, I have Eleanor Parker, who I do not know.
Eleanor Parker. Yeah, she had been she was a bigger star than Julie. She had been critically a bigger star than Julie Andrews before this movie. She had been nominated like 3 times.
Yeah.
And I really feel that when I first saw this movie, I think when you first see the movie when you're younger, for me, like you're kind of like, oh, the Baroness,
right?
Oh, she's
gonna be
this bitch,
the evil stepmother,
right? And then seeing this now, I felt more sympathetic. Like I was like, she plays it really well as this 3-dimensional like.
Off the cuff, I was like kind of shocked that they didn't go down that route of her being just this bitch. Yeah. But then like that, we're gonna jump ahead a little bit, but that scene of her and Christopher Plummer where she's kind of like letting him go is actually it's a very sweet scene.
It's very touching, yes.
And it doesn't. I like that they went that route of like, this is a very mature moment for these two people.
Yes.
And they are both realizing that this is not going to work out because their hearts aren't in it. And she's like, you have somebody waiting for you, essentially. So but I really liked that, and she plays that role very well.
Yeah, she should have been nominated, in my opinion.
Yeah. And you can, I mean, there's even scenes where she's like trying to connect with the kids, and it's just not working. Yeah, which I liked, and it's not like the kids hate her. they're just like,
We'll get to that. We'll get to
yeah,
that.
yeah, we'll get there. And then after her is Richard Hayden, who plays Uncle Max, who I think is probably, for me, maybe the most interesting character in the movie.
Why?
I think that he finds himself in a position where he's, especially later on in the film, he's caught between having to have his loyalty for his country, but also to keep his own hide, to sort of have this false loyalty to the Nazi regime.
He's an opportunist.
He is an opportunist. And did Jeff mention that he played him in the production that he was in
During our episode?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think that's the role that he
Yes.
played.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And I think he mentioned about how he's kind of like, I don't really care about what's going on. I just want to, take this opportunity and roll with it.
Yeah.
And that definitely shows through his performance. Jumping ahead again, I like the moment where he goes to do the salute again. And then, but every time he did it, he would like take his hand and he would like rub his face afterwards.
Kind of half-assed.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yep.
And then lastly, I have Peggy Wood, who plays the Reverend Mother, and she's great. For having such a small amount of time in the movie, I think her time is utilized very well.
I want to say Peggy Wood was Oscar nominated for this role.
I think deservedly so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think she's in it for really that pivotal scene, which is Climb Every Mountain.
Yes.
That's the one, and that's kind of the...
And she's the only person in the convent who's really defending Maria.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, not that the other members of the convent are like against Maria, but they're like, but we would prefer if we didn't really have her around,
What are we gonna do
Right.
about Maria?
Exactly.
Yes.
By the way, I love the reprise of that song later on in the movie. Very good.
Yep.
But yeah, those are all the actors I have on the list. Of course, the children that are all
The
in
only
the movie.
one,
Lisa?
besides the children, the only thing I think we would be missing, is the oldest one because she has her own little song, and then
And I think who has the most impact on the story out of all 7 of the kids.
Yep. And the crush ?
Her love interest,
What do you know his
you
name?
could say. I think his name was, what was it? Ralph?
Ralph.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't know who played Ralph, but anyway, I think those are the only other 2 that really kind of make an impact on the movie.
Yeah.
They're interesting for me, but we'll get into them later.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, let's get into some of the. How many did I write down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 notes out of a 3-hour-long film. But I think they kind of encapsulate sort of most of my thoughts.
Here we go.
But like I wrote down, these opening shots feel very Lord of the Rings.
Dude, that first opening shot is amazing.
It's crazy. I wanted to know how much this movie cost to make because it feels very expensive.
Probably. Oh, by the way, we didn't go over the director, Robert
Wise. I do not know much about him.
That's okay.
Personally.
He won the best director for this movie. He's done a bunch, and shoot, I'm blanking on most of them. But the other big one of the '60s was a movie called The Sand Pebbles, with Steve McQueen. That was Robert Wise's favorite movie that he did, and it's probably my favorite movie that he did.
Okay,
we should put that on the list if you haven't already. But it's another long movie. No music though.
Would you consider this movie an epic? It kind of has that feeling of being an epic, even though the story itself is very small scale. But it's so long, and there are moments in the movie that do feel like a part of an epic, in my opinion. Especially with like those beginning
The shots of the mountain.
for shots,
Agreed.
and then later on in the movie during the whole wedding scene feels like it was ripped straight out of the movie like that.
Yep. I think it's a small scale epic in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, like this, it's like I said, the story itself, not that big, but the scale, if you will, kind of feels big.
Yeah.
It kind of makes the movie feel bigger than it really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of how I felt during it.
Agreed. And that opening shot took several takes because keep in mind it's a helicopter
Right.
coming in at Julian.
Yeah.
And those gusts of wind
yeah.
She got knocked over several times until they finally pulled off the shot. But it's such a great opening number too.
That whole
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
you talk about epic. That's a very
Right.
it's the grandeur of
Right.
you're immediately like taken into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think
It's a great tone setter.
Yeah, and the tone is also set because then the bells start chiming, and that leads into, oh, I'm late. Da, da,
Right.
da, da, da.
I love that shot of her going to grab
Yes.
her veil,
She
and then
forgets it.
and then
Yep.
you immediately know who she is.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's such a great character moment without any dialogue needed. It's
Lot of-
just
lot of-
perfect exposition.
A lot of older films, they just they use that trick of just showing you and not saying anything.
Yeah, and then if we had any doubts, we have
Right.
the dialogue with the nuns.
Right,
that
yeah.
go over it totally.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
But I mean, it's fun, and it, you know, it's that just comes with the territory of being a musical, of course. But
Yeah.
but I don't think any of that exposition ruins it, because immediately after that song, you get that that scene of her rushing into
Yep.
the convent and wiping her face off with the water, and then and then like almost running past the other nuns, and then realizing what happened, and then she's just like, ah, great, okay, well.
Yeah.
That's that, I guess. But yeah, I love just the whole opening of the movie. It really sets you up for like what you're in for. And the movie doesn't really get that dark, which I appreciate, because there was a fear in my mind that the end of this movie was going to be like really
They all
dark.
get sent off to Kingz.
Yeah, I was.
Whoa.
There was a point where I was like, I don't know how this is going to go.
We probably should say, if we haven't already, if people don't know, this is based on a true story. Like this is.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, this is all true.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I don't know how much we
But-
want to get into it now, but
I think we can get into it now. Yeah. By the way, the budget was 800. I'm sorry.
800,000.
It was $8,200,000.
Okay.
Which
then money was quite a lot.
lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it made it back and then some.
yeah, the worldwide gross was $161,404,491.
That's probably with
Lot.
re-releases, but that's unreal.
Very good
at
return.
that time.
Yeah, very
My
good
gosh.
return on investment for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so the story about Maria von Trapp, apparently she had a very tough upbringing. She was like and I think the movie does it well, but she was like the bad
Yeah.
kid in school, yada
They
yada.
don't
yada.
they don't get into
No.
her backstory
No, they don't.
much. I like the lines of her explaining to Reverend Mother about like I come from those hills, and like she feels at home when she's there, which I dig. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, and I think her, like, she was a nun, and she did get sent off to but she was only going to be a tutor to one of the kids.
Oh, okay.
Like, and she wasn't like a singing tutor.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
that was, you know,
Creative
that part was made
liberties.
up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to spoil this, I guess, but like when she marries
Captain.
the captain,
Yeah.
in real life, she there wasn't that love really. It was
okay.
more of a like thing,
Right.
and she did it for the kids because she fell in love with the
okay.
kids. That
Yeah.
really was real.
Right.
But then, according to her, she grew to love the captain.
Okay.
So eventually, she got there.
Right.
But in the movie, I think they rushed it a little because, you know, it's you gotta have the love story
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And apparently, the captain, like Christopher Plummer, tried to do some digging and was like, so he tried to meet people that knew him.
Yeah.
And apparently, he was like the most boring man ever. Like, there was no like, you know, he had been in the Navy in World War I.
Yeah.
And you know, he was a military guy,
Right.
And so, you know, makes you think. And apparently Maria like had a temper, like
Oh,
in real
really?
life. In real life,
Okay.
she could like,
That's another creative liberty they
yeah,
took.
yeah. Her daughters would say like she could get mad when she had to be. So
Yeah.
it's just, you know, some stuff was Hollywoodized,
Sure. Yeah.
but
But this was also a stage musical before it was in film.
exactly, that's true.
So-
Blame them.
Yeah. Blame Rogers and Hammerstein.
And honestly, I mean, who's going to watch a movie about like a mad tutor
Yeah.
that blows up and is like, you know what? I'm not actually in love with your dad. I just
Yeah.
like you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Your dad fucking sucks.
anyway, that's it for the true to life stuff.
Yeah. The actual history.
I forgot how fast. Like, I think we already talked about this, but for such a long movie, it moves quick. I didn't realize
Yeah.
like
we
how
were
much
we were kind of we almost talked about that outside of the podcast, but like, yeah, for being a 3-hour long film, it is not a movie that feels like it's being dragged along.
When I was younger, it felt that way.
Yeah.
But I didn't like when rewatching it. I was like, oh, I didn't realize she got to the kids that quick.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, you know, that the kids grew to love her that quick. Because,
Right.
you know, that
It
whole
happens
thing.
like at the 40-minute mark or something.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. And do you know what the song was when she starts coming up to the door when she's like, I feel confident or something like that?
Yep.
Is that the name of the song?
I don't know if that's the name of the song, but it is like she's like, yeah.
I don't really know. I forgot.
Yeah.
But
I know which one you're talking about.
she like trips.
Yes. Yeah.
You noticed that?
I noticed that. Yeah.
That was real.
Yeah.
She actually tripped for real, and they kept that in the movie.
That's awesome.
And it's
it's perfect.
perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the introduction to the kids is really good. You immediately get like the discipline right off the bat,
Right.
and all you need is a whistle,
Right.
And it's like, ooh, this is what's happening.
Right. Which is it's mirrored in the what's going on with the greater whole of Austria throughout the movie, but it's almost in reverse, where Austria is being taken over by the Nazi Party.
Oh, so
But-
it like switches, like that
Right.
dynamic is like
where
strict.
like the movie's almost happening in a mirror like way where at the start the family's very like tight knit and like orderly and it's almost militaristic. The dynamic
That's what I would
between-
call it, militaristic. Yeah.
between the captain and his children, and then that begins to soften over time, and then as the movie goes on towards the end, the liveliness starts to fade
Of the
again,
country, yeah.
and the militarism of the Nazi Party starts to take over the country.
Yeah.
And so that's the read that I got from the film's like metaphorical structure. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, do we want to get into like the music? Because I think the music's very iconic. There were a couple numbers where I was like, oh, I know this song, but I don't. I didn't know that this was where it was from. Like, just I mean, the opening number of the Sound of Music is. I mean, clearly that's like
And then
the title of the movie.
Doe, a deer, a female
Yeah.
deer. Yep.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
exactly.
that one. So long, farewell, Avi does a goodbye.
Yes.
Did you know that one before?
Yeah, I think I did. But yeah, I mean, all the music's great. I mean, it's a Rodgers and Hammerstein written production.
You can't go wrong.
So, I mean, I did Oklahoma earlier this year, and I thought that all the music in that was very catchy and fun. And some tracks, some numbers in that musical that I was like, oh, this is actually very kind of heartfelt and sad, which I think they're also very good at doing. They're not just good at only doing like.
Did you have a favorite number?
I kind of liked the one where she's talking about her favorite things. I kind of like
These are
that
a
one.
few of
Yeah.
my favorite things.
Yes.
Love it.
It was very good. But yeah, all the music's, I mean, it's fantastic. stuff.
Edelweiss
Yeah.
is my favorite.
That is a good one too. Yeah, I like that. I didn't know Christopher Plummer was a singer.
I don't know if he was.
Do you think it was dubbed?
Maybe.
Oh.
But then again, I don't know.
Yeah, stranger things have happened.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it does sound like his voice, doesn't it?
It does.
So-
yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked.
I think the
if he-
kids were dubbed. Maybe it wasn't
Oh,
Plummer, but I think
okay.
the kids all knew how to sing. Like
Yeah.
that was a requirement for them to get cast. They knew how
Right.
to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think speaking of the favorite things, so during the lineup, they all come forward and they're like, "We've had a lot of
Governesses.
governors try
Yeah.
to come in and try to." I love how they
Yeah.
laid the law down and they're like, "You're
Yeah.
not doing this to us."
Yeah.
And then they do the frog bit.
You'll be gone soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize like how fast like she guilt trips the kids, because like she's late to dinner,
Right.
and then she does the sit down where she's like, "Oh, and they gave me such a lovely present,"
Yeah.
and like they all start crying.
Oh,
all the
that
kids
was-
are like,
that was hilarious.
"Yeah."
This movie's very funny.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be funny. Mm-hmm. Like I knew it was going to be very lighthearted for the most part, but I was not expecting to like laugh a lot, honestly. And there's a lot of good like character interactions that just made me.
And Plummer
laugh,
plays
yeah.
the straight man so well.
He does.
In terms of like all the shenanigans are going on, he's like, what is going
Yeah.
on now? What is this?
Yeah,
Like,
I
why do I have
loved-
to deal with this.
I loved that. It might have felt a little quick, but I do like that when he realizes what she's done with the kids. In the scene where they're singing to the Baroness, and that's the moment where like it shifts for him, where he's like, it almost feels like a piece of something that he'd been missing for so long that had like come back to him.
Yeah.
And then he joins in on the singing, and then beforehand he was gonna basically fire Maria.
He did fire.
Right, and he did fire her, and then he was like, actually, I want you to stay.
Pulse.
Yeah. Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the relationship with the kids, in my mind, in my younger mind, was like, wow, I thought that took longer, but like it's really just that number that does it.
Right.
Where they all come to her door and they all pack in and like everybody's good, everybody's
Yeah.
friends. So that was nice, and it's the relationship between the kids and and Julie Andrews that really kind of
That's
makes
the
the
heart-
first act.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
heart of. I would say the heart of the whole movie.
Part
but
of the whole
also-
movie, yeah.
Yeah, that first act for sure. I like that initially she thinks that she's there to help these kids with getting closer to the Baroness. And then she slowly realizes, like, oh, no, I'm actually the one in love with the captain. And maybe it's supposed to be me. But she has this, like, guilt where
Yeah.
she's like, I feel like I shouldn't have these feelings. And then she has to be the one to figure out whether or not these feelings are true, and then also decide if this is what she really wants. Which I think is very cool to see that unfold.
And because like there has to be conflict, right?
Right.
It's not an interesting movie unless if this was just
Right.
a bunch of kids singing for like,
Yeah.
it's kind of boring up until. But then I love how they keep bringing in little things of
Yeah.
like the movie keeps your attention by
Right.
throwing in like they're throwing the Baroness, and then it's
Right.
like, oh well, then what's going on here? And then the love thing, and then it's
Right.
like, oh well, now she's in love. How's this gonna work?
Mhm.
And
And then she leaves.
and then
Yeah.
then it's and then Nazis.
Right, yeah. And then the Nazis.
So
yeah.
it's just I love how they keep the story just adds little things to keep our attention, and then they kind of leave. The conflict ends and it's into another one.
Right.
It was the conflict with the kids, and then it's the conflict between the love triangle between the Baroness and the captain, and then it's
Right.
having to confront those feelings, and then
Right.
it's just the way they do it is really beautiful. And that scene when they dance, Christopher Plummer and Julie Andrews.
Yes.
It's such a romantic scene. I didn't realize
Yeah.
like how I don't want to say sensual.
I think
it's
that
not
I
kind
think
of,
that was the moment when the Baroness was like,
yeah, that's when she
I
knew.
don't belong here.
Mhm. But like the way that the acting between the two of them is between Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer is so good. The subtlety,
Yeah.
they don't overdo it, but there's
Mhm.
just little tells.
Right.
And then it's right at the end when they're like this close, and she's
Mhm.
like, oh, I forgot or she says like, I forgot how to do it. I forgot the rest
Yeah.
of the dance, and they're just
Mm-hmm.
staring into each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a beautiful way to show the audience what we need to see without saying anything. It's
Yeah.
like it's like something's happening here.
Yeah.
And then what happens? The Baroness is there,
Mhm.
and it's like, and then the audience is like back to like, oh,
Right.
hold
Mhm.
on, there's still this
Yeah.
here.
And there was a part of me that was like, ugh, another love triangle. But I was like,
Yeah.
but it's also, I think it's done very well.
Yes,
And
Yeah. It's not really a love triangle. I mean, to be honest,
it's not
really
necessarily a love
Yeah.
triangle. Yeah. But it is, but it isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it was a traditional love triangle, there would be a lot more like, I guess the Baroness wouldn't have been so willing to let go.
right, right.
If that were the case.
I think they're both kind of because think about this. Maria is the one that gives way first. That is like,
Right.
I can't confront my feelings.
Right.
I have to go. I have
Yeah.
to leave. I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the Baroness at her worst, I guess, right? Because she's like,
Right. I
You
think
know.
I think in that moment,
she's like, oh, you better leave.
once she realizes that she doesn't really belong there,
Mm.
I think there's a part of her that's like, no, but I feel like I need to like take control of this.
Yeah.
But then I think as she realizes what's going on through the captain's head,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when she's like, maybe I should just step away.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to do anybody any good if I just stick around.
Yeah.
And I think especially after she realizes that her dynamic with the kids is not as strong as Maria's dynamic with them, I think that's also another thing where she's like, yeah, it's probably better for me to step away from this.
And if I'm not mistaken, Maria leaving is the end of Act 1, right? It's intermission after that.
yes.
The door slams,
Yeah.
and then it's like, boom. It's the finale of the first. I really like the way they did that,
Yeah.
and I think for like a Broadway show, that's a perfect
Yeah.
like cut.
Do you think
from
if
Act 1.
this movie was remade, they would do a Sound of Music Part 1 and Part 2? and they'd be like
they would find a way to stretch it to 2
they
hours. I bet.
totally would.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, because for me, like an intermission is like you kind of get a different movie, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's like the end of Act 1. That's one kind of movie. That's
Yeah.
one part, and then you have to get my attention back,
Right.
and they do it well with the kids going to the monastery,
Yeah.
right? Or that's technically what you call it.
Yeah.
Coven.
I call
Not
it
a coven.
the convent.
Convent. Yes, that's
Yeah.
the word I was looking for. Yes, and so I think the kids going to the convent,
The abbey.
the abbey, like reignites it again. It's like,
Yeah.
there's still something here. There's still
I think that, so like in my head, the movie, I feel like the whole of the movie is like from the beginning all the way to the wedding, and then I feel like from the wedding after that is like the epilogue. That's how it feels to me.
You think the wedding is the climax almost?
I feel like the wedding is like the catharsis.
I think you're right.
And then the rest of the movie is like the aftermath.
Yeah,
It almost feels a little Lord of the Rings like, where it's like it kind of ends like 50 times, and then you finally get to the ending, and you're like, okay, this is
because you think what the end of the movie should be them getting married, right? That's the whole point of the conflict,
right? But also, the movie would not be complete without
but they introduce it so well before that, right? They spread the inklings, because I think during that party scene where there is the dance,
yes,
it's like Austria's getting taken over.
Yeah,
get ready.
I like that they kind of subtly hint to it until Ralph shows up and he does the salute. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, and then the
dude, I laughed out loud with it when he's like, do you remember
what are you doing there?
Yeah, and he's like, that's his immediate go-to.
Yeah,
I feel that should be a meme or something. Just like being like, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
My go-to. Whoa.
Yeah, it's interesting because like that guy who shows up to the party, is he a baron?
I'm not sure.
The guy with the mustache. And
I know who you're talking about. The Nazi.
But he's like confronting the captain about like.
Did you write down that quote? The line?
I didn't write down the quote.
Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I remember which line it was.
Oh, I didn't mean that as a threat.
Yes.
God, I love
good.
I love
it's
that.
So good. I love that there's a clear, like, there are characters who are in the gray, and then there are characters who are like they're holding fast to their morals and their ideals. And the captain is very much in that camp of like I'm Austrian and I am very much not comfortable with what's happening to this country.
Right. And I think we should gloss on the subplot of Liesel, the oldest, and Ralph.
Yes.
Being like like in the beginning, you're like, oh, I want this to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then as the movie goes on, you're like,
maybe not.
Maybe not.
And back to another conflict thing. It's like they keep keeping ways of keeping you interested in the movie especially after Act 2 when the Nazis are settling in. Right. And cool history fact about that. So when they were doing this, they had to put up Nazi flags, right? Right. And the city of Salzburg was like, because they were shooting on location, they were like, no, we don't want that. And they were like, oh, okay. The producers were like, okay, that's fine. We'll just use newsreel footage. And then the Austrians were like, oh, we better not do that, because in real life, like the Salzburg welcomed them with open arms, basically. You got to think, because Hitler was Austrian, so
so they wanted to paint themselves in a better light.
Yeah, they were like, maybe let's not have the fanfare and all that. We'll just keep the flag. So that's
whoops.
Yeah. And that's it's if I could divulge into this history stuff, because they call it they mention in the movie, they call it the Anschluss. Yes, the Anschluss, which is when Germany annexed Austria, and after World War II, Austria for a long time was like, we were the first victim. Yeah. Right. Which is a very contentious thing, because there's not a lot of, obviously not every Austrian was like for it. Sure. And there was a lot of like underground resistance, but a lot of Austria was for it. And so that's that's always been a gray area in the history of Austria, is how much they let in, how many people accepted it. And I think the people like Ralph is a kind of an example of that. Yeah. Yeah. I love the history stuff. Part of me wishes they could have gone more into that. I think that would have been
like a 5-hour long, like historically accurate, like version of the sound.
No music, just
no music.
Nazis.
It's all straight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's cool how they mixed the real history and made it. Yeah. And they threw it right at you. So yeah, I think that for me is when the movie actually gets interesting. Yeah, like I'm invested.
2 hours into the movie,
I'm invested in it, but then it's like, this is like the final.
The real wrinkles of the movie happen. I think truly happen.
That's when the stakes really are raised. Before that, it's just love, will they, won't they? Yeah, all that, and then it's like, oh well, these people might actually die.
Which I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, there we go. So it's like, I loved how that happened. And I don't know, what else you got?
It's honestly not much. I literally wrote, Salzburg is a gorgeous location. Seeing Christopher Plummer so young is truly jarring to me. The dynamic between the kids and Maria and the captain is really fun. This is just the dumbest note. I love the perfect rock for her to sit on in the field. It's like
that was it.
Yeah, I mean that's about. And then I just stopped taking notes because I was so.
You were so
I was so engrossed. Yeah.
Look at that. It's a mark of a good movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I mean, I guess we'll go into more of the latter half of the film, like after they get married, and then it really starts to feel like that overwhelming sense of dread starts to seep in, and you're really wondering like, oh, what's going to happen to this kind of newly formed, I guess, renewed sort of family unit. And you really are endeared to Maria and her love for the kids, because she truly does love these kids, and you don't want to see their family get torn apart, because the captain gets the telegram from Berlin saying, hey, we're basically not asking you, but we're going to force you to like be a part of the Third Reich.
Yeah.
And if somebody said no to that, then they would basically get killed or shipped off somewhere.
Shipped off to a camp at least,
Right.
like a labor camp. Yeah, and that whole last bit where they like try to escape,
It's tense.
very tense.
Yeah.
Which is not something you would I don't think you would normally get in most, like a musical
Right.
of this time at this time.
I think the cinematography in that
scene.
whole last stretch
Yes.
is like superb.
Oh, it's so good.
There's that wide shot of the captain and Ralph confronting each other, and it's like that's.
Wait. Oh, you're jumping way ahead. Hold on a second. Hold
but
on
like,
a minute.
But like that shot, it looks like a shot straight out of like a Western.
Yeah, it does.
It looks so good.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's one of my favorite scenes at the end.
Yeah.
But I think them attempting to escape is so, and there's no music. Think about that. There's no score during that part. If
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
mistaken.
all-
It's just the sound of the car going,
Yeah, during that,
which
that
is a
whole
really,
scene, yeah.
for a movie with a lot of score, with a
Right.
lot of music. It's that part that's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's when the audience is like, oh wow, this is it's going down. And the like the mental gymnastics when they get caught and the Nazis
Right.
are like, we're here.
Right. Which
the,
was terrifying.
yeah, it got you, didn't it?
Yeah,
It was
it
a little
did.
bit of a jump scare for you.
Yeah, the lights flash, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh my god.
yeah. Dude, one of my favorite acting moments in the whole thing is when
Oh, dude, Chris Plummer in that scene is so good.
and my
excellent.
favorite one is when he doesn't have any dialogue, and I think Maria says something in
Yeah.
his eye. It's only his eyes. His eyes are the only things that
Yeah.
move, and I'm like, oh, that's so good.
There's a lot of good eye acting from Chris Plummer in this. Where
He's a great eye actor.
one moment that I do remember was the moment where they are driving by. He's bringing the Baroness back to
Yep.
his manor, and they see the kids in the trees, and he's like, "Oh, that must have been just the locals." And then he realizes that it was his kids, and he was like, "Oh, wait, hold on."
yeah, yeah.
Good stuff. But yeah, and then them going to using the competition as like a cover essentially, whereas originally it was Max's idea to bring the kids into the competition and try and like basically use it. I think he loves the kids, but I also
he
think
sees
he's
money
like,
though.
yeah,
he
I
sees
think,
dollar signs.
yeah, and there was that one line he says to the family right before they get separated, where he's like, "I will miss you dearly." But
All the money I
all
could
the
have
money
made,
I could have
something.
made, yeah, something like that. And I was like, that's very,
It's very in character.
very in character for sure.
very nice.
I think he meant it, but also he was like probably joking.
Yeah.
So, but
Makes him unique. It's such a beautiful scene. When they redo the Edelweiss bit.
Yes.
They have all that, and
he like stops.
he
Yeah.
gets overcome because in that moment it's like he knows that he can't go back. Like this is
Right.
it. And then when the people sing with him, it's like that
is a
doesn't
great-
make the movie for me.
That's a fantastic
That
moment.
was what sent it be like, okay, this is pretty
Yeah,
good. This is good.
this movie's pretty good.
This movie's pretty great. So I think that for me is the emotional climax of the movie.
Yeah,
It's not the wedding; it's that bit when
yeah. I think like
It's-
the technical climax of the film is the wedding, but like you said, the emotional climax is the Edelweiss and that whole scene. Yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful, and then we can get to that back to the tension, which
Yeah.
is when they go to the
The Abbey.
convent.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I do remember like rewatching it. I forgot like a lot of that stuff at the end. I forgot the Rolf
Yeah.
bit. I didn't realize that Rolf was in it. And then when he turns around, I literally
Right.
I was watching. I was like,
Because
whoa,
he heard
oh my
he
God.
heard Liesel gasp, and then was like,
Right, and that's a great
Right.
reveal when
Yeah.
the gasp and he turned and
Yeah.
the camera shows that it's him, and then everybody's like, "Oh,
Yep.
what's
Yep.
gonna happen?" And then, like you said, their confrontation, which is
That's a
wide, and when it
great moment.
kind of it's
Yeah.
a crane shot up and he's coming at him. It's so good, and
I love that when he starts to approach Ralph, and he does end up taking the gun away, and he's like, "You'll never be one of them."
and that's
then-
that's what does it. That's what sets him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're like. Of all the lines he could have said to him, I don't know why he said that one. It's like a challenge, basically.
Yeah,
he was like, "You'll
I
never be
understood
one
what
of
he was
them."
trying to do, but
Yeah.
I think like
you could have gone out about it a better way.
It was like telling somebody to put the knife down or something.
Yeah, it was just basically, you're a pussy. He basically called him a pussy. He was like, you're too much of a pussy to do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mom and dad. That's basically what he basically ran and found the other people. So,
Yeah.
and I also love they had a little, for me, it's the laugh out loud bit moment of the movie is when they're like, mother, we have sinned. And
No,
they have
I love
the car
that.
parts
That's
under.
so funny.
I was like, ah.
Because as soon as the cars stopped working, I was like, I kind of knew it was going to be like the nuns had done something to it, but I was like, that's a fantastic joke.
It's such a good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a perfect punchline to the movie. Now, for the ending, dude,
Another Lord of the Rings moment.
I remember being like upset that it didn't end. Because really it doesn't end. The ending is them crossing the Alps to get into Switzerland. I remember when the movie ended, I was like, that's it? Like, I expected there to be like more closure.
Right.
You know, I mean, looking back now, it's a great ending. But like, I remember the time being like,
you get just enough to understand.
You're like, what? Did they make it? You know, are they okay?
It's like, yeah, use your imagination. They're fine.
And I guess if you know the real story, it helps because, you know, they did make it. They got to the States and they
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they became the Von Trapp family singers overseas.
Awesome.
During the 40s. I think it was a great end. And that last shot, it kind of mirrors the beginning, right? The beginning shot of the mountains, and it brings it kind of full circle.
Yeah.
So I thought that was nice too.
Yeah, I really dug that whole last stretch. I think that it really completes the movie. Without everything after the wedding, if you took that all that out, it wouldn't. I don't think it would feel as complete as it is.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think that's. Oh, well, I guess I'll go over the two lines I wrote down. I like. There's the one line that one nun said where she says, "It's easy to like Sister Maria, except for when it's difficult." I was like, it's a little bit of an oxymoron, but okay. And then I think the movie's central line is when the Lord closes a door somewhere, He opens a window. I think that's the line that really encapsulates like sort of the circular
theme of the movie. I think that's the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you relate to that at all?
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite song, that Climb Every Mountain, but it's very moving.
Absolutely.
Very tender.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this on Broadway. Like I'd like to see a live version of this. I bet it'd be really good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if that ever happens, it's date night for us, by the way.
Oh yeah. Date night with the boys.
The boys, we're all going to see Sound of Music. Love it.
Yeah, man. All right, time to figure out what the next film is. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. Haven't done this in a minute. Pick a number between 1 and 481.
It's 74.
74. Ooh. What is that?
I'm nervous.
Oh. Kronos. Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if this is his first movie, but it was one of his first, I think.
Oh boy. Is it horror?
I think it, yeah.
Oh, dude.
What?
I'm going to be scared before Christmas?
Oh, no.
This should have been our Halloween movie.
Nah, it's all good.
Damn it.
I did see Frankenstein.
On Netflix?
Yes.
Good?
Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely fantastic.
All right.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you recommend The Sound of Music?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. You know, if you're especially if you're into musicals, I think you should watch it. If you're not, you know, give it a chance.
Yeah.
Give it a chance.
For sure.
If you're not invested, then no big deal.
Yeah.
But
I highly recommend it. Like I said earlier, there's a reason why this movie's in the AFI Top 100. It's a classic. Everybody should see it at least once. You know, maybe don't. You know, I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, oh, I'll casually watch this because it's just such a big time commitment. But
make it an event at the house.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's like
Friday night we watching Sound of Music.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you watch the entirety of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended cuts. You're like, we're gonna make a day out of this, so we're gonna do that. 12 hours of our time is gonna be dedicated to watching these. That is it. Another episode in the books.
Bada bing, baby.
It's about time.
Yeah, for real.
That'll be the title of the episode. It's about time. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do this today and get back on it.
It's good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, man.
I miss you.
Yeah, I'll be excited to do our first Guillermo del Toro pick.
Yeah,
that'll be cool, man.
That'll be fun.
I'm excited about that.
If only we had an impression to lead us out. Could you sing, maybe? Could you sing one of these songs? The hills are alive.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
See ya.
See ya.